Henny penny, ducky lucky, fuzzy wuzzy, morcubine, porcupine. You. Morcubine, morcubine.
Also uses nigger. More. Oh, I went too far. They also call such people having black skin, such as Negroes, Ethiopians, and imply that niggers, Ethiopians were only examples, good brother, of more. Once again, see how more is spelled. More perfect union. Reread the Constitution with that in mind. Peace. What it do, fam? All right, today we're gonna go into this book right here. Got this book earlier this year, maybe. Can't remember. Africans and excuse me, and Native Americans, the language of a race and evolution of. Well, damn. I promise. I don't always look at everything thoroughly. It's just a Gemini in me, man. I can glance at something, I get the general, and then I go. It's a problem, and it kind of goes with my kind of goes with my excuse theory on my book. You know what I mean? I have to be more Virgo-ish. I have to focus on more of the details because when I read this, it said evolution of red black peoples. Like that's everything right there. The copper colored races. Copper is red, fam. Red bones. That's what we is, man. Like ain't nothing black about us. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I I went off. Okay, so this and that's a perfect segue into this motherfucker here. Look at this. This comment was left on my video. This person, look at this individual. Number one. Let's just zoom in on this individual because this comment got erased, so I can't go into the whole comment. Is this a black woman? Is that a black woman? Yeah, I keep getting the thing. Okay, let's see what this person says. This person says, as a as a black person, as a black ass person, yes, black people can get sunburned. You fucking idiots. Like talk to an actual like talk to actual black people. I've gotten sunburned! Exclamation! Exclamation! Shit, the shit hurts, and it's annoying. I was 10. Hold on. Let's accept her as a so-called black person. Okay, this black person talking about black people do get sunburned because I'm imagining she's older than 10 now, but she was 10 and she got sunburned this one time, so it can happen to black people. Now, what did I say in the video? I said if it happened to you, you unhealthy, right? But anyway, let's take this as actual factual because like I say, it got erased. Maybe she erased it, but considering a whole bunch of comments on my videos been getting erased, randomly, I don't know if she did or not. If she didn't, please leave another one. Explain yourself. You was 10. It happened to you. It's the way being sunburned work. The skin can't handle the UV radiation. I don't believe the skin adapts over time. I could be wrong. Ask a white person, right? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But from what I understand, their skin can't deal with it. That's why they have to constantly put on the suntan lotion, etc. So if it happened to you when you was 10, it would have happened to you when you was 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 to have an old you is, young lady. Has it? No. That's why you went back to 10. So thank you for proving my point here. These types of comments, we get them all the time. It's ridiculous. So anyway, I'm going to I don't want to spend a whole bunch of time talking about ignorance. You know what I mean? Let's just hit ignorance in the head with actuals and factuals. Okay, this ain't got nothing to do with suntan. All right, I just had to use that just to show how we don't understand what we is as a people. She don't understand what the fuck she is as as a person. I don't know what the fuck she thinks she is. I don't know. She could just have on. She could lighten the skin up. You know how black folks is these days. I don't know, but that doesn't look like no goddamn black woman to me. So anyway, this book, like I say, I'm gonna go in here. I got some highlights. All these right here. Let's see, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 19, 20, 30. Fuck it. You see, it's like 25 or so pages, and we just gonna go through them You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna show you some things that this book says, the evolution of the red black peoples. All right, copper colored individuals, baby. This is what we is. All right. So y'all should know the Olmecs heads was is in there is everywhere. I mean in America. Yeah, that's old news. We should know this by now. The concept of this whole thing is this. Let me just go here first. Americans versus U.S. citizens. We are Americans. We are the copper color races found here by the Europeans. All right, copper color. Look at our fucking skin. The penny test, the brown bag test, all that shit. That's us. All right, we them people. American know the difference. The U.S. Or yeah. So you get the idea. U.S. citizen is the corporate fiction. All names, all caps, that whole thing. The American is who you really are. All right. So that's the concept here. You know what I'm saying? We're not black people. I'm gonna work on a lecture. I'm gonna work on a video though, connecting black and more, just so y'all can see. Sound the same. But I mean, calm down, goddamn. You know what I'm saying? The connection. I can show you where the connection comes from. But anyway, black and you know what I'm saying? Black means bleach. We not that. We American. Copper colored. That's what I was trying to show you. Copper colored. This is in the 1828. I got that motherfucker right here. I found this for $10. 1828. See, no left. It say American copper coloration here. I'm not finna show you because it's a waste of my time. I showed in other videos. Just want to show you that it is in there. You know, this is not no internet shit. Matter of fact, if you go, man, I ain't gonna go down there. So, everybody know Montezuma. Everyone heard of Montezuma? All right, that's a picture. Montezuma. Okay, Montezuma. Right? Dark than a motherfucker. Yeah, what it is. I got that other. I got something to show. It say he a Moor, but I'm not gonna go there. That's just. I'm trying to stay focused and try to stay on the book. I just want to show you a couple things, kind of get you acclimated to where I'm going here. So, like I don't have this in order. We just gonna jump through it. It is significant to note that use the term Moor to refer to it. Check it out. White Morin and black Morin, as we shall see. This is not reflected in most Dutch dictionaries. See, I ain't gonna give it away. But there are exceptions which need to be noted. First, however, I will cite a French dictionary of 1571, which for Moors has Libyans, Barbers, Norse, Crews, Vagabonds, Negrites, Afrikaners, Numidians. All right, all this is under Moors. Okay. I don't speak that shit. What do you mean? Norse and blacks. Blacks, that's blacks. So this is this is black. Norse mean dark. This is dark and light skin. Okay, when they say black, and that's how it eventually got to black people. All right, because black means shiny. Okay, so black people were the shining ones. See, that's how they got connected to that. But anyway, thus there were more negative connotations associated with more. And see how it's spelled there? See how it's spelled there? That's in French. So when it says a more perfect union, even though it's spelled this way, still understand. Let me make sure. Scoot this on. Because I realize I'm on the screen. When I'm doing this, I'm not on the screen. But when you watching it, I'm on the screen. So I could be blocking the part that I'm trying to show you. Right? More right here. See how it's spelled. And such as also attached to Negro later. Okay? So more attached to Negro later, but more significantly, the author states that there were both white and black Moors. Status, not color. Okay? Latin Dictionary 1571 refers to white Moors, although Ethiopia is equated with Moorland. Okay? 10 years later, dictionary, yeah, okay, went to smoke ship. So you see, the white and black thing wasn't skin tone. We talking about. Okay, so right there, I meant to say it's not about race, it's about skin tone. Okay, light skin versus dark skin, just like we do today, African Americans versus Africans. You understand what I'm saying? Pete.
1681. Again, white people did not exist on planet Earth until 1681. Number two, any claim that this group called white people, any claim that that group is rooted in biology or derived from genes or biology or is innate or is from nature is a lie.
Alright, so you see white people didn't exist till 16 something. So this is not talking about so-called white people. It's talking about lighter skin. It's talking about lighter skin. You know what, the white Moors would be the European Moors. The dark Moors would be the Moors and the African Moors. You understand what I'm saying? Or the Americans. You dig? So let's go to the next one. What's this one say? Many dictionaries from Low Country continue to equate Moor, Mortis, Ethiopius, nigger, Mormon, Ethiopian, Moor, Morian, Ethiopian, and Mormon, Ethiopian. You see? Moor, Ethiopian, equate with nigger, Nigga, Moros. 17th century, 15th dictionary, Moor, Moorish, that is, Moorish. Spelled a little bit differently, but it's Moorish. When it has Moor, unknown Ethiopian, You see? So Moor is Ethiopian, and a Negro. Okay, this is all in this book. All in this book. They got a whole chapter. Look at that. Africans, which one is it? Find it real quick. 65. Page 65. I think that's where a lot of this comes from. I believe that's where I started. Look at that. Negro. What did it say? Negro, Black, and Moor. Evolution of these terms applied to Native Americans and others. Book got it. It's like $20. It's like $20. In the later part of the 17th century, the meaning of Moor. Pete. Okay, this is very important. Okay, all y'all say it's a religious thing. Check it. In the latter part of the 17th century, so we're talking in 1600s, the meaning of Moor began to shift from black or non-white to Muslim, including Muslims of East Indies. Swart began to be used more generally as a term for non-whites, embracing most of the peoples found from India through Indonesia, as well as Africans and occasionally Americans. Swart meaning dark Americans, since Moor and Moor had also been used for Americans. Here in 1563 and in Brazil in 1550, I'm going to show you that one in a minute, we see a pattern where both Moor and Swart were flexible enough to embrace a broad range of brown to dark brown people. Nobody's black, family. Nobody's black. None of us. Nobody that goddamn dark. Come on, man. Thus again, in 1639, Negro can be equated with brown and dark. As well as black, Moor is used for black person. As well as Moro, which this is the root for Morocco. And a mosque is called a Turkish church. Turkish is just another word reference to our shit, to us. 1691. The English Dutch dictionary has Moor, a black Moor, Swart, Morian, a tawny Moor. Thus, tawny applied often to the Americans. Equated with Dutch, gill, yellow, yellow bones. Right? Moor, Ethiopian, thus are called persons who are black. Porch Dutch dictionaries revealing in terms of color and connotations Porch Pardo applied to Americans. Right? Is equated with the Dutch that word and that word, i.e. both darkish and blackish. Negro, Kaffir, ain't that what they call us? The Africans, they call us Kaffir. Kaffir is equated with in Swart, Moor, Kaffir. Kaffir, and they call us Kaffirs, right? Ain't that like nigger or some shit? And correct me if I'm wrong. Thus, Swart, Moor, now Kaffir are equated with Moorland. They still used to refer to the land of blacks. The hood I grew up in Oak Cliff, 207 Westmoreland. 207 is where I moved to, and I turned 12 years old. You know what I'm saying? It's a crip hood. Shout out to us, 7 West Boiler, my niggas. Where the author also uses nigger. More. Oh, I went too far. They also call such people having black skin, such as Negroes, Ethiopians, to imply that niggers, Ethiopians were only examples. Good brother of Moor. Once again, see how Moor is spelled. Moor Perfect Union. Reread the Constitution with that in mind. Okay. Swart, meaning black, also can be seen, was not used as a proper racial name in Dutch, and its application was not restricted to Africans. There is, for example, an early reference to the Swart Indian, the Black Indian, by the Dutch traveler, in addition to the example cited above. Goddamn. 1720 also translated American Indian from French India to the Dutch Swat. Thus, both Moor and Swat were applied to East Indian Indonesians and, on occasion, to Americans. More recently, Asian contact laborers imported into Dutch colonies have, on at least one occasion, been referred to as nigga Kalas? Nigga Coolies. That is racist. What's that? Nigga Coolies? I want y'all to make sure y'all see that, 'cause I know my screen right. Nigga Coolies. It is also. That's crazy. What we at? Black. All non-white European. British currently use the word black. Yeah. You see it. Check it out. 1848. Those dictionaries have shifted the meaning of Moor to no. By 1848, Dutch. It's the Dutch that's been fucking us over this whole time. I need to. Anyway, dictionaries have shifted the meaning of Moor to a North African. When you Google it now, it say what? A North African, right? 1844. For that, you get it, right? In 1913, I wonder why 1913 out of all years. It was said of Moor that it was not in common use as compared to nigger or swart. By a later year, also, it was noted that nigger had replaced negro in the 18th century, and that by European peoples, the Negroes, again, especially known as slaves in colonies, from that word Negro, also our language, a very common term. Thus, the close association of Negro with slave is made clear for the Dutch language. Several other Dutch, French, and Dutch English dictionaries also list slave as one meaning for Negro. Negro, Moor. ADOS, you're still a Moor. There it is. This is why you're a descendant of a slave. Because in 1848, they shifted shit. Huh? Alright, let's see. So where we at? By the 16th century, the English and Scots were referring to people of Africa as Moors, then later as Blackamoors, Ethiopians, and Negroes. There you go. From the start, Moors, later Blackamoors, then Ethiopians, Negroes, and then later they just dropped the Moors off and put black. In 1591, Richard, that guy, equated Spanish with Mora, a woman black Moor, and Morello with a brown little black Moor. Greatly amplified by that, we find the following: Mariska became a Christian. Morisco, a Moor, became a Christian. You see, Moors can be Christians. This is not about religion. My own little meme, what have you. Okay, Black Moor, Arab. That one right there is important. And I didn't make a big point out of that other slide where it spoke about Arabs. Which one was it? 1st century. Oh, it was Muslim. It said Muslim, but you understand my point. You know, we equate this with Arabs, Muslims. You understand what I mean? This is why. All right, what was we at? Oh yeah, I already did that one. We're gonna go through all of them. Y'all got something to do. These translations reveal a great deal of flexibility in both Moro and Negro, equated with both Black or Moor. Black or Moor is equated with Arab. What I just said, bad motherfucker. Equated with Arab, as well as Morisco Negro, Petro Negro, equated with brown as well as black. See? Them Arabs. See that picture right there? Alright, in another place stated Moor, nigger, Moor. One of Mauritania, a black Moor, Ethiopian, Negro gradually came to be a common term, especially after extensive contact with Spanish and Portuguese. What is not clear is the extent to which the term Negro was consciously translated as black. The automatic association of Negro with black color cannot be assumed for the reasons discussed thus far, and since even many black Africans are actually of medium or dark brown color. Ain't nobody black. And that's, it's a false concept. You know what I mean? Ain't nobody black. It's just that simple. We brown. We copper colored. In any case, another association gradually arose in North America, and that was between Negro and slave. Early legislation commonly referred to Negro and other slaves, or to Negro, mulatto, and Indian slaves. Over the years, Negro and black both became synonymous with enslavement, and all these fucking pastors and preachers hollering Black Power, Black Lives Matter, Black all that shit. There you go, shutting you down the river. It is what it is. What the English meant by the term Negro was at first begun to use is not clear. Certainly, it was not then synonymous with slave, as a great many persons so classified were free. Talking about the Negro, both in England and in Virginia. Did it mean an African, a black person, or any dark-skinned individual? Today, the term is not widely employed in Britain, although the word black is used to refer to people of various skin colors from all of South Asia, Middle East, West Indies, and Africa. Most unmixed American Indians, right, are black. That's what we're talking about. Black. Okay. If living in Britain today will be regarded as being black, especially if their ancestry was not known. Several illustrations can be cited to show that not only Africans but also Americans and Asians, okay, we everywhere, were called black or Negro in Britain itself in the 17th and 18th century. In 1621, William claimed compensation company East in the summer for several experiences, including 13 Negro or Indian people, 6 women, 7 men and boys, and so much in the name of God as touching that business, touching the Negroes or Indians. Hatton wanted to sell the captains and refused to value them. In 1688, London carried an advertisement for a black boy, an Indian, about 13 years old, run away. Okay, just in case you thought they meant Negroes or Indians as if it was 2 different people. He was just saying 2 different ways to describe the one people. That's why they showed you a black boy, an Indian. Okay, let's keep going. I'm not done. We're not done. And America, I'm gonna go through all of them because I took the goddamn time to highlight these, so I'm gonna talk about them as long as I fucking feel like it. An American did not have to go to England to be called black. However, in Connecticut in 1711, a family of Indian servants consisting in one Rachel and her 7 children were distributed by will and were called blacks. Okay, do you get the current theme here? The British had habit of calling yellow, brown, or red people copper. Black is commented upon by Willie Cipher in his Guinea's Captive Kings. That sounds interesting. Some examples will now be cited from the Americans illustrate the use of Negro and black in English applied to the people of American ancestry. What's the next one? God damn it, what's the next one? Alright. It is so far using Negro equivalent for the Americans. Hold on. In so far as the use of a Negro or its equivalent for Americans is concerned, it is well to begin our analysis with the brief review of the usage in Portuguese language. First, it must be noted that Europeans generally regarded the Americans being the intermediate color part in lower row. But for example, 1519, it was said of the Brazilian, that is, they are not black or white, but of olive color. But the same writers also remarked that the Brazilian canoemen he saw were so black they could have been taken for sailors on a sea of sticks. The nigga black as hell. Another Italian described them as the color that is olive color, almost black. 1492, the Caribbean islanders were said to be a Loro color, white more than black. Okay, light skin, baby. Not talking about these white folks. Crazy. But in 1524, Carolina coast people were said to be of a dark color, not much unlike the Ethiopians, with lighter colored people farther north. See? Thus, a range of color was perceived, with some being almost white and some darker shades. Okay, remember the thing. White people didn't exist until 16 something. And not even really then. It's really 17s. In British slave colonies in North America along the Atlantic coast, many persons of American ancestry were sometimes classified as blacks, Negroes, mulattoes, people of color. And these terms were, of course, used for people of African ancestry, the manner in which Americans and part Americans were sometimes classified as mulattoes and people of color from New England to South Carolina in the colonial empires also explored elsewhere. The purpose here is to illustrate how the term Negro has also been applied to people of American descent. The concept Negro first needs to be analyzed in terms of its historical development. As noted elsewhere, late medieval periods in Italy and Iberian Peninsula saw people being variously classified as all of these crazy things. Bronco is white, Blanco. Nero, that's dark. Petro is black. As an intermediate color is brown. Look at this shit. It is apparent from evidence that the term Negro or its equivalent wasn't. And this right here should let y'all know that people cannot be classified by their skin tone. It's just ridiculous. It is apparent from the evidence that the term Negro is equivalent or its equivalent was not used for a race. I just said that. Or for a single stock of people, or to point to ancestry or ethnicity. It was usually a simple description for perceived color or appearance. Color, by common use in America, term in such phrases as color person, color race, color man, like, is used to designate Negro, the person of African ancestry. Who now persons? I didn't keep on the bottom of this. It says the court has no. Put it on the screen. No. To judicially know, I can't remember exactly the words, but you'll see it on the screen. I'll put it on there. Alright, the issue involved in the perception of brown and other shades of color intermediate between brown and black will be discussed early in the next chapter. Here we see illustrated the term black have been utilized for people whose skin colors are often various lighter shades. Okay, you get it. Equivalent to more French, more. You peep that? I want you to understand that more spelled that way. Moor Perfect Union. That is the theme of this video. The Moor Perfect Union. That's what we need to be focused on, family. Moor Perfect Union. The term Moor. I got this somewhere else. And I already edited it up. Don't I? Right here. The term Moor is equivalent. Widely used in late medieval, early modern, according to that person in his study language spoken by Mozarabs, Christian Spaniards under Muslim rule for 1492. Moro meant Negro correspond to Castilian usage, in which Moro was applied to horses. Negro correspond Moor, French, Moro, whatever. Word derived from Latin moris, ultimately from the Greek word meaning that oscuro. Similarly, Muslim related to Moro, meaning Moro, Negro. Goddamn it, Greek. That blah blah. You get it. People of Northwest Africa, but he told you earlier when they start being 1844 when it started being applied to that. And you see this is from this book. Shout out to um, brother Jamal Robinson. What's his YouTube channel? Gnosis YouTube channel. He the one told me to get that book. But anyway, in that book, Morocco, a Moor, a Moro, which in Morocco comes from Moro, right? The root word to Morocco is Moro. Ah, here it is. Yeah, is Oma, and that's Moor. I mean, dark. It means dark folk. Excuse me, for Moro. Because the on Twitter, you got a lot of modern Moroccans over there jumping on Twitter talking about y'all not Moors, blah 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 blah. So it's like, man, Morocco means dark folks. Get off Twitter, you know. Tell your ass. Anybody got time to talk to y'all? Dumbass arguments, y'all stupid shit. Let me see. Lies, black, dark hair. I mean, hold on. Let me see. In 1591, the Italian went to Cabo Verde and compared Maori in the India accident, that is to buy African slaves, Maori, for the Americas. To summarize, the people of northwestern Africa, Algiers, Morocco, were anciently known as Maori or Mauritanians, and this name both Greek. Anciently, hold on, got that right? Yeah, ain't that it right here? No, it ain't. This is the other one. I got the I put it on the screen where it say Moor is an ancient name for, you see it in J. Rogers' book, 100 Amazing Facts About the Negro. This is from there as well. The present Negro race of Africa perhaps did not originate there, but in Asia. Bam, this is a good segue. The earliest inhabitants of Africa were not black but brown. Here we go. Today, people of mixed, unmixed Negro descent. India has a population of millions of Negroes. Unknown Negro race. Okay, so you get it. All of this was the statement. This is the proof. All of the principal reasons for this theory, as that person is all the Negro tribes of Africa assert that their first ancestors came from the east. It was a true. This was even true in ancient Egypt. The celebrated Negro queen of Egypt, Hashpet, sent an expedition eastwardly to Punt in Arabia, from which the land of Egyptians believe their ancestors came. And Punt, I try not to do these. I try not to do all this in these videos. I jump from this to this, but Punt is supposed to be America. If I can find the thing, I'll put it on the screen right here. All right, so this, what I was gonna show, is somewhat extensive, and once I realized how much it goes in, I figured I might as well cut a whole little part in and record this. So check it. This is from this book right here, The Secrets of Ancient America by Carl, that guy. Okay. Now, Pete, man, I told you the trip to Punt. The trip to Punt, right? As for Egypt, the evidence for the presence in Americas, including inscriptions, artifacts, and even words found in some Native American languages. Compelling evidence of Egyptian contact with the Americas include the discovery of nicotine and cocaine in Egyptian mummies. Okay? Niggas was getting high in the motherfucker. In 1992, German scientists, this lady and her colleagues reported finding cocaine and hashish. Smoke some. We've been doing the same things as a people, man. And nicotine, square cigarettes, you already know, when in Egyptian mummies, right? Despite initial criticism, the original findings have been supported by substantial evidence. Of course, they try to deny that. Some diffusionists, Pete, look to the ancient Egyptian queen Hatshepsut recorded expedition to the land of Punt in 1493 BC as being a trip to North America. A mural at her temple at Deir el Bahari shows an ear of maize and a pineapple, which are New World plants, meaning America, New World. Thompson has written that Punt was located on the American mainland. Also, Paul Galales, an Argentinian cartographer and historian, has argued that Punt was the Puno region of Peru at Lake Titicaca. He noted that, I wonder if that Lake Titicaca, that made me think of the Ace Ventura movie. They say that in there at some point. I don't. Anyway, he noted that there are both old gold and anatomy mines nearby, consistent with the Egyptian records, and that the reed boats used by Lake Titicaca natives are similar to those used in ancient Egypt. While scholars debate the exact location of the land of Punt, most believe it was on the shores of the Red Sea. Others suggest it could be in South Africa, India, or America. So you see, that's all hidden. You know, they got that hidden. They don't want us to know that. Punt is really America, because Punt is where the Phoenicians was. And the Phoenicians was black Olmecs. I got that. I'm going to put it on the screen. All right. In southern Chile, rock inscriptions discovered in 1885 that fell interpreted to be testimonial to Libyan Egyptian expedition. According to his translation, an Egyptian commander named Riga arrived in South America in 231 BC, claiming the land for Egypt. Other possible Egyptian artifacts from the Americas include hieroglyphics from South Chile, a stone carving at Griffin Sphinx near Cuzco, Peru. In Central America, 2 statues were unearthed at an archaeological site in El Salvador, 1914. The discovery was reported in 1940. Historical, the Mexico, and other reports. Excavations, archaeological professional. Egyptian cartoons found in North America. You can read that, the particulars if you like. The Egyptian scarab beetle with hieroglyphics found in southwestern Colorado. Okay. So since I went there, I had to go. Oh, I can just do this. I had to go here. Bam. Trail of the Egyptians. Now this came from this book, In Plain Sight, by Gloria Farley. Excuse me. Gloria Fell. I'm thinking Barry Fell. In Plain Sight. Okay. So FYI. Book I like $50. I was pissed off. Book out $50. This is really the heaviest thing I got out of it. The Trail of the Egyptians. It was an Egyptian belief that the preservation of the name guaranteed the preservation of the theme. And now you're calling yourselves what? Black people? The image of the Egyptian god Anubis has been fully documented in the chapters of the Anubis caves. Let me see where they find that at. There's also much more evidence west of the Mississippi River to show that the Egyptians passed this way. Okay? I'm trying not to read out. Southern Colorado, you get it, saying a lot. Homesickness, yada yada yada. There is a great surprise when failed to decipher the script which gave an ancient name for Egypt. The ancient name for Egypt. Let me. Mizrahi. It was Greeks who gave the country its modern name, Aegyptus, which is Egypt is where this comes from. Phil wrote, Ogam inscription, which records an ancient name of Egypt, Misery, southeastern Colorado. Translations by Phil Arrows indicate. The way later he added MSR is Berber, Mazara, Egypt, Misery, modern Arabic for Egypt, Libyan, Berbers, Algeria, Morocco know these forms. Mizraim is Hebrew, ancient and modern for Egypt. Now we have a definite proof. The use of Ogam in the script in Libya, also in Egypt. You just recognize the symbol as Libyan, Berber, word that means Egypt. A spell the word as Mezara. Okay, you see how it is, how it breaks down. Like that, the words. Okay. Mizrahi, juggle the vowels as you may. Okay. Same thing with Mur and Moor and Muir and MAR, U and MOOR and MUUR. You know, It's no different. Juggle the vowels as you may. The Colorado bold inscription has the same significance. It's important evidence that is not, and it is not isolated from other evidence of an Egyptian presence. Remember, anytime they say Egyptian, can't believe I ain't got that right here. I thought I had that right here. Egyptian presence, and anytime they say Egyptian, you gotta know. There we go. They mean more. Damn it. Where the other one? Mora, Mera, ancient name for Egypt. Fatah, Murray, Mur. Alright, damn. Had to go find it. And just to show you from this book right here, I really don't like this book because you see he got some stuff from Zachariah Stitchin that automatically disqualify people in my book. But anyway, Discovery of Ancient from this book, it's just to show you real quick one reason why I say I don't really like this book. If you see, this is the English version. This right here is the Spanish version. You see, it's Mysteries de America. It's discovering the mysteries of America. You see, mysteries. It's the same book, Lost, right? Lost History, right? Frank Joseph. See the cover? See the cover? And you see the cover, right? Pick this old statue they found somewhere in America. And the pose is exactly like the pose Prophet Noah Ali had and brought, right? What they call Freemason stuff, right? Was this Freemason? All right. So anyway, he removed that and gave that to the Spanish cover. I don't know if I said Spanish or Mexican before. Forgive me. I'm from Texas. Spanish automatically mean Mexican to me. It's just how, what I grew up around. But anyway, in the English version, they put this fake cover of who it's supposed to be. It's fake anyway. Y'all know who it's supposed to be. I wish anyway, I'm not gonna go down there. So then let's keep going. He goes about this. Let me just show you this real quick. Just this way. Maize was so widespread. He talking about maize, and I just wanted to show that the plant was known in West Africa as talking about maize. We talking about corn. Maize is corn, right? Well, we know it's corn. Corn is a New World plant. That's America. It's indigenous to America. Maize is present in more ancient times. Okay, you see him. Maize was so widespread essentially at the time the Portuguese colonized. Some Orthodox historians assumed the grain had come via overland routes from Egypt and Sahara. You see, so it was already over there because some names suggest that maize was an occasional Portuguese introduction. Most native names for maize, along with the deep cultural tradition, indicate that maize was present in more ancient times. You see, they try to claim that the Portuguese brought corn over there. Yes, they lying. The earliest Portuguese reference to maize in West Africa is found in the Chronicles of Valentin Fernandez, 1502, who reported seeing that along the coast. Later writers compared this plant to the maize of the West Indies. Other writers include a sketch of the plant as maize in 1500. The plant was known in West Africa as mizur, the Arabic word for Egypt. See? Corn was known as mizur. You understand? Because it's indigenous to America. Okay, and you see Mizor, right, is the name of Egypt. Oh, and there's something else I want to show you too. Let me do this on this last one. You see what I was found. Images with distinctly Egyptian characteristics are also found in North America rock art. Okay, the image of Anubis, that's what it was saying on another one. Oklahoma's Anubis Cave. Anubis Cave. Anubis. Okay. And somebody said that dog was indigenous to Mexico. The Anubis, the dog that's used. You look that up. I think I had a meme. Played a significant role in the equinox silent. Whatever. Let's talk about it. Can that figure flail back to Egyptian estimated to be about 2,000 years old? Other Egyptian symbols found in rock art in North America include the Ankh. That's what I was trying to get to. The goddamn Ankh. The Ankh in North America. You understand what I'm saying? So you see, corn was called Mizor because corn, Mizor, M-I-S-R. Then we got M-I-S-R. Yeah, here we go. Misery. Yeah, that's what I was looking for. It's M-I-A. It's an I. Same word. Because Egypt was called Mera or Tamera whatever. I put that on the screen, and then Mary was later changed to I Mary. I put that on the screen. That's from um, When Rocks Cry Out. I got that book too, so I ain't gotta put it on the screen. When Rocks Cry Out by Horace Butler. In here, I put it on the screen already. Mary was changed to America. So there you go. Okay, back to the lecture. But you will see, basically, essentially, what this is saying is we really come from Asia. Traces of similar population are found in Europe. Present day, the parallel race represented by the Negritos of Amadeus, or whatever the fuck this is, island in the vicinity of Indochina. These little men would therefore seem to occupy the whole ancient continent of Africa, look on themselves as neighbors, first owners of the earth. Deductions point to India as the original birthplace of the Negro. Right? Yeah. Bam, found it. Okay, this is from Gods and Spacemen of Ancient West. America is properly supposed to have received its name from America Vespucci. Actually, Albert, Albert, Alberto Vespucci, son of these people, had an Italian salt had the Italian sought immortality by christening the continent after himself, he would surely have honored his family name by calling it Vespucia, just as Columbia was called after Christopher Columbus. In Central America, the word Americ, peep this, signified great mountain. Okay, this word was before they came, uh, signifying great mountain, invoking Meru, the sacred mountain in the Hindu tradition. Hindu, the East, Indian, huh? Asian, Asiatic. You know, but Ali told us. Ancient America was linked with India through Los Lemuria. The early voyagers probably believed America to be the native world word for the land itself. So they would use it. Vespuccio comrades, instead of Albercio, would nickname him Americo. So they took his name, Alberto, and started calling him Americo because he came over here and he was getting along with everybody. Italian you get it. Gleaned information about the New World from many sources and would surely adopt the native name for the country, calling it America. The native name for the country, I know I'm on the screen, so I'm going to put it right here. The native name for the country, some native tribes call the land Atlantis or Atlanta, echo of Atlantis, America, baby. Somebody put a map on Twitter the other day. If I can find it, I'll put it on here. But I don't get your hopes up. Got that. But it shows that America was called Atlantis. This old map should show that. This is a letter from George Washington to the Sultan. You know, in your dominions. Okay, Sultan of Morocco. In your dominions. Okay. This is Morocco, family. It is what it is. Moore's been telling you this, but y'all don't believe that type of shit. So, I just wanted to show you that because I ain't really. I mean, I don't know if it's anything else in there I need to show. I'm gonna end it here. What else is what this say? Distinguish. You know what I'm saying? So just real quick. Distinguish them from Negroes de terra, blacks of the land, or American. Africans referred to in the Jesuit letters, they always called them Negroes de Guinea to distinguish them from Negroes de terra. See what I'm saying? So the blacks from Africa, not the blacks that's already in America. See? Because it was already here, fam. That's the whole point. We not black. We Moors. Human beings are white, as you see. White people have never been white. Okay, black is symbolic color. Humans are actually black. You see, starting to repeat itself because shit, it's only one truth out here, and it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? The Indians are just calling them Negroes. Oh yeah, peep this. I'm gonna end here. This is a good one. In 1755, Portuguese law extended personal freedom to the Americans of Guarapari in Brazil, with the exception of those whose mothers were with the exception of those whose mothers were slaves of African descent. Okay, among the many regrettable practices which have resulted in the disparagement of the Indians. One prime abuse is the unjustifiable and scandalous practice of calling them Negroes. Perhaps by so doing, the intent was no other than to induce in them the belief that by their origins they had been destined to be slaves of whites, as is generally conceded to be the case of blacks from the coast of Africa. The directors will not permit henceforth that anybody may refer to an Indian as a Negro, nor that they themselves may use that among themselves, as is currently the case. 1755, you was already calling yourselves Negroes, and you've been an Indian the whole time. And back then, you was calling yourselves Indian, and you've been a Moor the whole time. Peace and love. Take it easy.
Out of my life, I'm gonna be free. Yes, I am. Oh, Lord. I'm gonna be free.